After decades of the strictly enforced one-child policy, China realizes it's having a population crisis. It relaxed the policy in 2015, allowing couples to have 2 children. Since 2016, the government has been experimenting with various measures to improve the birth rate, including extending maternity leave, giving financial incentives, and tying a person's job to the number of kids he or she has. But new births still fell consecutively year over year after a brief increase in 2016. Hi, welcome to my show. I'm Lei. The state media has even lectured people that having a baby is not just a personal matter, but also a state affair. The draconian approach to manage reproduction is counterproductive. Take a look at this poster dated 2016 from a winter training session for Chinese Communist Party members. Don't laugh, but it reads, "Comrades, the task of having a second baby is challenging but honorable. Party leaders must take the lead to have a second child. Whether you are aligned with the party central in your mind and implement the policy for the people is reflected by whether you have a second baby. The county party committee has decided that any leaders who don't have a second child within a year will be removed from their position." The poster's title is, "No matter how extremely difficult it is, when party members take the lead, nothing is difficult." To most people living outside China, this sounds just like a joke, but this isn't an isolated case. I've compiled images of the public family planning banners from 40 years ago and compared them to the ones now. Although the messages are completely opposite, the slogans are similar, and some are hilarious. Take a look. These are really unbelievable. A women's rights activist in China said it very well. A woman's uterus shouldn't be treated like a water tap, something that can be turned on and off as the government wishes. These banners are the work of China's nearly 8 million family planning personnel struggling with a difficult transition. The total number of family planning organizations in China was close to 83,000 in 2005. A government report titled "Reproductive Behavior and Reproductive Policy" estimated that the total number of individuals working in the national population and family planning system was 50 million in 2005. These people have either been displaced or transitioned to a completely new responsibility. Chinese media Caixin reported the story of a county family planning official, Zhang Baoqiang, in northwestern China. His work went from chasing people for sterilization to chasing people for pregnancy tests. He told media that his performance is now assessed by a different set of quotas, 200 second babies every year and 100 pre-pregnancy exams. He said that he could hardly complete these quotas. In some local areas, The same draconian approach to birth control is used to promote compulsory childbirth. Tactics include requiring newlyweds to pay a security deposit, which can be retrieved after the second child is born, and holding village chiefs or workplace leaders responsible for ensuring that women under their jurisdiction have a second child. The regime is also making divorce more difficult. A law requiring a 30-day cooling-off period for couples filing for divorce went into effect this year. But these measures won't fix the underlying causes for the low birth rates, which include the fact that 1. Fewer young people are getting married. China's marriage rate plunged for the 6th year in a row in 2019. That's a 33% drop from 2013 and the lowest in 14 years. Despite the fact that China has the problem of having more men than women, the number of women who can't find a husband is increasing. In 1990, there were only 460,000 unmarried women over the age of 30 in China. In 2015, the number rose to 6 million, of which women between the age of 30 and 34 increased more than 10 times, from 0.6% to 7%. 2. The cost of raising a kid is too high. The first concern is education. Chinese families spend 26% of their income on a child's preschool education, 21% for grade school and secondary schools, and 29% for college. Having a second child means doubling these expenses, and most families can't afford it. The second concern is high real estate prices. The percentage of mortgage to total income rose from 17% in 2004 to 48% in 2018. 3. The decades of propaganda and brainwashing have taken effect. People just don't want to have a second child. They've been convinced that having one child is great. 4. For 40 years, the entire education, medical, and economic models have been designed for one-child families. For society to generally accept 2 kids, the support system must be there first. So now the low fertility rate, which I've addressed in an earlier video, and the falling population is causing China's labor force to decline. According to the Chinese media outlet Caixin, large manufacturing provinces such as Zhejiang, Jiangsu, and Guangdong are facing recruitment difficulties and a labor shortage. A video went viral in China recently, showing bosses in Guangdong's garment district who were hiring lined up along the street waiting for potential workers to pick them. It seems that there are much more hiring bosses than interested workers. The reality in the Chinese labor market is that young people are unwilling to work in manufacturing. They are the only child generation, and they don't want to do blue-collar work. Even in rural areas, young people are reluctant to leave home and work in cities at high-intensity jobs. They would rather do quick money-making jobs such as food delivery, taxi driver, and messengers. Most of these problems are due to the CCP's decades of heavy-handed control over people's reproductive rights. Solving them with another set of heavy-handed policies only aggravates the problem. Click here for more information on China's low fertility rate and how it will cost the country its competitive advantage. And click here to understand how China's census data is compromised. Leave me comments and let me know your thoughts. Please don't forget to like and share my videos, and I'll see you next time.